For years, Nacho Figueras and Prince Harry had formed one of the most envied Bromance among the global elite. Bonded by their shared status as storied princes of the exclusive polo realm, the chiseled Argentinian heartthrob and disgraced British royal developed an almost mythic camaraderie transcending casual sportsmanship. Whether luxuriating in the libertine indulgences of their full-throttle playboy lifestyles or finding solace by venting frustrations over their respective wives' controlling excesses, the two men's escapist revelry on the international polo circuit formed an escapist utopia all their own. No subject proved too taboo as they swapped risque tales of debauchery while dualmente roasting the pedestrian conformists comprising the henpecked dregs of polite society. For Figueras especially, his unlikely kinship with the former spare heir offered an electrifying portal into a glamorized world of unchecked ID and rebellious celebrity he'd scarcely dreamed possible growing up in South America's most austere estancias. Hosting Harry for week-long benders at his lavish Buenos Aires estate quickly cemented their brotherhood of perpetual debauchery as fabled among international playboys. But of course, all hedonistic paradises must eventually shed their illusory facades when the brutal realities of age and commitment come crashing through the gates. Harry's imagery-branding romance with Meghan Markle had started off as little more than a protracted, if particularly glamorous, fling in Figueras' debauched paradigm of interpersonal relations. Yet once it became undeniable the former actress was digging her freshly manicured talons into Harry's previously unfettered ways, the Argentine polo prince could scarcely mask his visceral disdain. Rejecting the antiquated confines of matrimonial propriety as nakedly as he discarded his sordid romantic conquests, Figueras wasted no opportunity to plant seeds of mocking derision over Meghan's shrewish insistence upon domestic tedium. For the longest time, his mischievous romantic partner seemed to share in the escalating contempt for the Duchess's buzzkilling demands, even after their nuptials transpired. Whether loudly bemoaning Harry's forced departure from prearranged Guy's bender or swapping derisive jokes about Meghan's hygiene policing, there's remained an inviolate locker room of misogynistic irreverence. That's why the ensuing bitter divorce between the once inseparable scions of bachelorhood proved such an excruciatingly protracted schism taking years to metastasize. Casual dismissals and mismeet UPS steadily hardened into passive-aggressive jabs as Meghan imposed her domestic agenda upon Harry's priorities. Before long, the ratty t-shirt slogans and crude barbecue innuendos gave way to a suffocating subtext of shrill marital discord. Still, not even the ruinous collapse of Prince Harry's public credibility could dissuade Figueras from amenability to repairing his fractured fraternal bond. Even as the Markle empire steadily unraveled amidst interminable PR crises, the Argentine stallion held out hopes his former running buddy might finally ditch the self-immolating psychodrama and reunite for old times. But when the disgruntled Duchess caught wind of an impending invite to one of the Santa Barbara Polo Club's signature shindigs, Meghan's fury reached a bellicose apotheosis from which no rapprochement would be broached. Invoking the soul-rending wails of inherited discrimination and institutional abuse that had already bankrupted their reputations, the former cable actress made unmistakably clear no further contact would be accepted from Figueras under any circumstances. The public reaction to Nacho Figueras blocking Prince Harry from the Santa Barbara Polo tournament due to tensions with Meghan Markle was one of utter outrage and incredulity. A bromance shattered in fury. News of Harry's ostracization from the glamorous Santa Barbara polo scene detonated like a nuclear societal bombshell. Within hours, a torrent of indignant takes and scathing recriminations flooded the internet's airwaves from outraged pundits and the legions of still devoted Sussex supporters. For the latter camp of royal truth warriors, Figueras's petty banishment represented a brutal affront to the very principles of compassion and forgiveness their previously infallible icons had campaigned upon. How could this Peter Pan-esque libertine so brazenly rebuff the healing redemption narrative they'd sacrificed their very souls to cultivate? This is an unforgivable act of toxic bullying being leveled against Meghan yet again, railed professional Sussex hagiographer Cortland Pishposh in a hysterical diatribe on her Sugar Scam Sussex blog. For this brocentric puerile pathology to deny our divinized princess's right to bodily autonomy within her own residence is nothing short of radicalized racism and intergenerational traumaphobia in praxis. Across the activity talkosphere, popular micro-influencers seem to rain a veritable drool storm of merciless mockery upon the utterly depraved and speciesist Nacho Figueras phenomenon. Claims he was an avatar for the mechanical womb harvesting of marginalized beauties, sparked #tempests of #denunciation. Deep-faked memes depicting the Argentine hunk morphing into Malcolm X while spewing poker-straight ethnic slurs achieved virality on a bones-chilling scale. Nacho Figueras needs to log off his kink dispersion and start reflecting on the unambiguous zip coding of his genetic ontology before weaponizing it against more highly rendered individuals, sputtered terminally online truth crusader Tofta Crentworth before upchucking a bilious stream of regional identifiers and emotive TLDs. Yas Queen Meghan must remain utterly unmenged from this binary apex logic at all costs. Meanwhile, veteran royal watchers and palace insiders could scarcely process the PR body blow such an ugly altercation inflicted against the Sussexes' already gossamer-thin credibility. Coming on the heels of a seemingly endless string of tarnished business deals and humiliating grift exposés, Meghan's sycophantic blackballing of Harry from his beloved polo set represented a scorched earth implosion without parallel. This is nothing short of a total reputational apocalypse that not even the most cravenly ruthless spin doctors could salvage at this point, bemoaned former Buckingham advisor Nigel Wentworth-Smith during an emergency podcast. For the Duchess to detonate her familial disdain in such a scornfully impolitic display leaves the dumpster ablaze around whatever desultory slivers of public favor they'd previously clung to. The Poloisti Brotherhood itself wasted no time in dogpiling upon the Montecito Aravistas with unrestrained fury. From the manicured lawns of Greenwich's toniest country clubs to the Pampas aired estancias of Buenos Aires, a spontaneous crusade to excommunicate Harry and Meghan from all thoroughbred social registers garnered viral momentum. Caustically meme-d depictions of the fallen royals being inundated by an unstoppable tsunami departure whiskey toasts and divot repair tool bombardments quickly proliferated. Rumors of an Interpolo fatwa enshrining the penalty of 1,000 mallet strokes for any defending their reputation soon achieved feverish signal boosting.